Sadell Lang finally got here after being delayed for various and sundry reasons, and one of our other people is being delayed for various and sundry reasons. It's that kind of a day. So, as you know, she did the Not Long movie, and we kind of had a sneak peek. She's going to be filming more, and it'll be officially debuted when?
The first week of January, most likely.
Okay, and so I kind of. How did you put everybody together? And I know it came off of a true story. So can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, it's basically a story about my son's story, actually, about him being bullied. And I wanted to just put all of that negative energy into something positive, and to have people to look at the situation in a different light, where it's not always a sad situation at the end. You can take whatever you're dealing with and make it something great.
So is that why he wrote the song?
Yes, part of it.
Okay. And is he going to do more songs?
Yes, he actually have a few songs, but he haven't recorded them yet.
Okay.
But at that time when he made the song Not Long, it was because he was thinking about a lot of things that he was going through, and thinking about the end of the year coming in, his birthday being at the beginning of the year, and him being able to provide and do different things, with his birthday and the end of the year coming up, and letting some of the stress go.
Is he still drumming?
Practicing.
Practicing?
Yes.
Yeah. Any other instruments he's getting into playing?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Not at the moment, but drumming is something that he loves.
Cool. How did you find all the actors in the film?
Well, for Not Long, basically, most of them I reached out to, and I did actually have a audition for it as well.
Okay.
But most of it was people that I reached out to that he had relationships with, that I had relationships with, that were actually, that meant something to us.
And then Reggie was saying that it was almost like doing reality television when you didn't really have scripted lines per se. You had thoughts and ideas sketched out.
Yes, it definitely was that. And each scene was basic. Most of them, each scene was definitely personal. So we basically went off of actually, like, what would you do in this moment? And it was things that already had happened, so we already basically knew what was going to happen. What I did write, it took about 4 hours for me to write it.
Oh wow, that's pretty quick.
Yeah, and we filmed it in 5 days, I think. Yeah, 5 days, and it took like 4 hours for me to write it.
Now, there was a lot of therapy and a lot of interaction with comedians to try to get out the personal feelings of your son. And are those actual things that happen in school and church? Because I had no idea.
Yes, it is. It is actual things that actually happen. And he loved comedy. He loved to make people laugh and stuff. But we went through I took a lot of different steps to try to help him in his hard times, with him dealing with being bullied, the stress of life, period, even as a child. Like, children go through things, and being bullied, as you can see, takes you to another level where it actually can have people to hurt themselves, like Trey did. And Trey is an actual real person from right here in Baton Rouge. Trey Tyson. He was 13 years old, and he actually died by suicide because he was being bullied at school. Same things that Jay was going through. And in the film, you're going to actually see at the end, he actually sit down and have a conversation with Trey's mom, because I brought him to her and have her and ask her to talk to him, and the conversation is actually going to be is a part of the film.
Okay.
And it's real things, and like, these are different steps that I actually took to try to help him to come out of that dark place.
Did he tell you about the bullying, or did you suspect it, or?
He's actually very verbal, so it's been plenty of times that he told me about things, and then sometimes I could actually see when he came home and he looked down or something, and I asked, like, what's going on? How you feeling? And then he'd be like, everything good, just like you see at the beginning of the movie. He be like, it's all good, and then he go in the room and he having his moment in the room. That's real life. That's really what happened. And so I walk in and he tell me about it. After me ask him, sometimes he'll just come and say, and then sometimes I'll just have to pay attention to what to how he looking, to how to see how his day went. And sometimes he's so live, like so alive, you don't know that he feel like he's dying inside.
How old was he when the bullying started? Because we know he's 12 now.
Probably about 7,
Okay.
6.
So he would have been about second grade?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
That's correct.
And
You
who
said
played?
they never did anything to the people who were bullied.
No, they didn't. They what they did was say that they had ADHD and other mental issues, that they couldn't do them things. But it was basically just a cover up because they didn't really want to admit that it was a problem. It was an actual problem, was actual problems, but they didn't want to address those problems.
Wow.
Wow, that's tough. So what's the next project with your foundation to continue the film, and then what other projects do you have coming up with the foundation? And tell us some more about the foundation.
Well, the foundation of Heart of a Lion Productions, basically, all of my films, I cater to people that's being bullied, attempted or died by suicide, dealing with stress, depression, the loss of loved ones by violence, unexpected death, mental and physical and emotional traumas. Everything that I do, I do it with a message and a purpose to it. So like this film is really, that was based on a true story, but other stories that I have are that I'm working on right now. One of them is called Dinner with Mom, and it's basically having a conversation that many people that don't want to have with their parents, or felt like they couldn't have with their parents, and they're sitting down and actually having those conversations. That's one of the things. I have another one called The Pickup Janitor, and we're working on the House of Reggie's TV show.
Right.
The House of Reggie is actually already on RHTV. It's the first season. We're working on the second season right now. The Uncle Reggie's TV show, we're also filming this month here in December. And the second season of the House of Reggie is going to be filmed this month as well. So everything will be basically done between January and February with those things.
Mardi Gras early this year too.
Yeah. And we have a bunch of projects that we're working on, and looking for more people to be a part of.
And when did you found Heart of a Lion Productions?
Back in 2015, my little brother was murdered. They used to call him Lion, and he literally had the heart of a lion. So that's how Heart of a Lion came about. Through him, and serving purpose to try to reach other youth and stuff, to give them something to do, and to put something in front of them so that they can see that life is bigger than what's just in front of them. Like, you can actually do things and make a difference in people's lives. And so through my film, I try to, send a message to make a difference, and try to help someone through what I film.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching it because you had faith-based in there, and then you had psychological counseling, and then you had the woman that had him draw the things in the different colors. So, and then the comedy, so he can let out emotions. It covers a broad range of everything that you can do to help children find themselves, basically.
Right. And all of those things literally work together. And so many people from like our generation and before, they look at you going to therapy as something that's, yes, they look down on it. But therapy actually works, and it's different forms of therapy. Like what I do is therapy. Film, that's therapy, literally. Like comedy, like you saw in the movie, that's therapy. There's different forms of therapy. Art is therapy. Everything is all based around therapy. It's just how you use it and knowing how to apply it.
And gain acceptance through it.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, very good.
Acknowledging that it actually is there, acknowledging that your problem is even there.
Right. We have a feature-length film coming up here shortly, but does anybody have any questions? And I'm sorry I have to cut this short.
That's fine. It's okay.
Yes, no, maybe?
I had already asked all my questions.
Oh,
You already asked? Yeah, I know.
So I guess I'll ask you as a director, was like, what was the process you being so personally affected by the situation? What was the process like?
so it was easy, but at the same time, it had moments that it was kind of hard. Like when we were filming a part of the movie where he was supposed to perform his song. He was overwhelmed because he was worrying about what other people would say about it, and you know, he didn't like it anymore. He loved the song, but now all of a sudden, because somebody said, "Oh, you look stupid doing that," or something, you know, that took effect on him, and he bought it on the set, like, so like it really affected him. We had to take a break, and he couldn't finish that scene.
He didn't want to come up and get interviewed today either.
Yeah, because he have those moments.
Mm-hmm.
He have those moments still. We still working on it, where he is in a place where, you know, he's ashamed of what he does sometimes because of what other people have told him.
That's tough.
It is.
Wow. Well, let's hope that the next time we see him, that he'll come and actually perform the song for us live here at the club. That would be great.
Yes, it would. We gonna work on that.
Okay.
Definitely gonna work
Done
on
deal.
it.
Maybe we can debut the whole film here when it's finally all put together again and talk about it some more.
Yes,
That would be
ma'am. That would
wonderful.
be great.
Thank you, Sadell.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Reggie. And thank you, Martin. And now up next we have